Hi, my name is Shantae Dennis at Master Wealth Builders LLC. I'm coming to you today to share some helpful information. Just to give you a brief overview of what it is we do here at Master Wealth Builders LLC, our focus is on education, making sure you are always informed to have the power to make informed decisions for yourself, your family, your business, or anything else you have going on in your life. We are encouraging people today to be proactive and not reactive. And the main reason I'm saying this, we know there's a lot going on in our world, in the US economy right now, and changes that are happening very quickly. For many years, I've been in this industry for over 20 years, and I have seen 9/11, I've been through the real estate crisis, and I've also been through COVID in regards to what I do and how it affects what I do as a professional in my career and how I've seen it affect others, whether it's people around me, clients, or just on a whole world scale, how these changes can be impactful. So, what my job is to do the same job I've been doing, nothing different. It doesn't change, but it's more relevant than ever because there are changes coming very quickly. So, the phrase of the day is be proactive and not reactive. So, one of the key things I just want to make sure that you do know, there's so many different things. I'll put out more data and more information. Even though I teach this in my classes and in my in-person events, I'll start doing short videos so you have more insight of maybe some strategies of things you can do. One of the things that I've been hearing about lately are people are worried about their bottom line. They're worried about their retirements, if they have investments in the stocks or anything that is volatile. And the volatility comes from that your money or the effects of your money are from economic change from anything that happens in our world, our society, or just from decisions being made. So I haven't heard anybody talk about in any of these things, whether it was a news report, a podcast, in regards to other advanced strategies that are out there that people may not be thinking of. So, one way that I know for sure as a licensed professional of how you can protect your money, I started my world in banking with securities license. I'm still licensed in loan officer. I'm still a tax professional, and I'm still licensed for retirement and long-term investing in annuities. But what people may not know is annuities are not just for people that are retired or older in life. Using annuities is a strategy that people have been using for hundreds of years. An annuity is a stable form of investment that protects your bottom line, and that's having knowledge depending on the type of annuity you're choosing. There are different types of annuities. So there is an annuity that is variable and can be on market, but I'm not talking about those type of annuities. I'm talking about fixed index annuities. And the reason I'm pointing out this particular vehicle is because people are worried about protecting their principal balance. So, say you have a tax coded vehicle, which would be like your 401k, 403b, 403c, 457, any of those tax coded vehicles are in being invested in the market, whether it's more of a lesser risk investment, but your money is vested on the market. So that means your retirement funds can go up and down during the years that is vested in that particular retirement vehicle. Now, when things like what's happening now happens, you don't want to wait until the market goes down to protect your bottom line or your principal. If you're 59 and a half and under and you have lost your job, transitioned through different work jobs, or maybe you're in limbo, or you had a 401k or a tax coded vehicle with another employer, you can take those funds and roll it over into a fixed index annuity. And right now, there are fixed index annuities out there. If you do qualify, you have to sit down and talk to a professional to see what your options are that allow you to get maybe even a bonus upon your rollover. So that means, let's say you had recently, I sat down with somebody that had $450,000 from their TSP. They lost their job with a government contract. And upon the rollover, that particular client was eligible for a 10% bonus on the funds that she rolled over into that account right away. So that means off of $450,000, she immediately received a $45,000 bonus in earnings right away. And that's not including whatever the particular rate was at that time. So for the first year of contributions on this particular fixed index annuity, she is going to earn 10% for all contributions in that year. And I want you to be mindful with this particular vehicle, there are no limitations on your contributions. So if you're going to contribute $1 million or $10,000, it doesn't matter. You're going to get a 10% bonus in this particular vehicle right away. The average of interest rates right now on the fixed index annuities, depending upon how you set it up, because it is a plan that you have to manage and develop or create that fits your goals and your needs. So it's not just all across the board. Every annuity can be designed differently. So the rates right now can go anywhere between 5% and 7.5%, depending on the way that it's set up or what you're qualified for. There's another component that I like with fixed index annuities, because if you still want to have that market, some people still want to have that, I want to have the opportunity if the market goes up that I can make money on my vehicle. So there are crediting strategies in these embedded within these fixed index annuities that if you choose to say, you know what, maybe I only want to have 50% fixed, so that way at least I know I'm earning something, but I still want to have that opportunity to earn when the market goes back up. So there are market trade lines. It could be the S&P 500, it could be a banking trade line, it could be a tech company trade line, but whatever trade line you use, when the market goes up, you will get crediting towards whatever that market rate. And the reason I say credit, because it's on an index, you're not going to earn what the actual rate is. So the S&P 500 can be at 25%. Maybe I'm just giving an example. You might only be earning 17 or 16%. But the good news in that is if when the market drops like it is now, the S&P has lost all of its gains right now for months worth of gains as of this past week. So for those that were on the market, they went under and they took losses. But when you're in an index annuity, you actually lock up. So as soon as it hits zero, it flatlines and you don't take any losses. So that way, whenever the market goes back up, you can still ride it again, take crediting and earn on the market, but you won't take the losses. So at the end of the day, when you compare somebody that rode the market and crediting, it still balances out and you end up earning more because you never have to take up the time to take losses. And there is something called the rule of 100. That meaning if you were going to live to 100 years, you want to be careful about how much money you actually have vested in the market versus something in a safety vehicle. I do believe 100% in diversified portfolios. I think you should take chances and risks. But if you're not 20 and 30 years old, you definitely want to make sure if you're getting to where I'm going to, once you get over 40, you can't afford to take so many losses. So riding out the market may not be the best thing to do. I hear a lot of people talking about, well, we got to ride it out. But if you're 50 years and you're thinking about retiring soon, you don't want to have to work for another 5 and 10 years. When I started in this industry and I was working with market securities at 20 years old, people lost millions and hundreds of thousands during the 9/11 attack. And some people that were planning on retiring had to go back to work. So you don't want to be one of those people. So I encourage you today to sit down with a professional, talk to somebody. Now, I am a licensed professional. I haven't been in the industry 20 years. I will put my information so that way if you do want to contact us, you can book to have a conversation. I don't charge just to talk to somebody to see where they're at and see if there's any way that I can help you with this or anything else in your life. We have a team of experts in every field, regardless whether it's real estate you're concerned about, interest rates, whatever it is. We're licensed tax professionals. We're here to help. We want to be the support system so people at least get the information and knowledge you need. We also have an event coming up. So if you are in the DMV area, definitely feel free to check the link that I put in. The Eventbrite link is there. You are more than welcome to come in person or watch our streaming. But we very much encourage you. We work all across the country. We work with contractors that are abroad, and we want to make sure everybody gets what they need. So call us We're here to help, but this is not an advertisement for my business. This is an opportunity to give you information and something you may